everybody, welcome to this course of 3ds Max learning from scratch. In this course we will learn about 3D Studio Max, how to model the objects. We will also learn about materials, animations and lot of other things inside 3ds Max. For installing 3ds Max, you should go to autodesk.com, and for trials you can click on this free trials menu, and here you will find 3ds Studio Max trial version. You can download this trial for free for 30 days and you can learn the things inside 3ds Max. But another method I will refer you, that is of student download. For students, Autodesk make its softwares totally free. So if you want to enjoy free version and complete version, you can come to this link, student section, and then you can just sign in by your account. You can create a new account here, and after that you can just choose the version and license type. Here I will mention you that this type is better for offline users, so choose this deploy version without our network server. After that you have to choose the version of 3ds Max. There is not too much difference in the size of the files. If for example we choose 2016 version, you can see it's around 7.54 GB, and if we download 2019 version, it will be something like 8.51 GB. So only 1 GB difference, not a big deal. So you can download your desired version from here, and after that, after installing the 3D Studio Max, you will find your software on your desktop, and after opening the software, here is your interface. So in this video I explain about 3D Studio Max, and in the same video I will describe some basic components of our interface. On the left top there is a menu which is very common in a lot of softwares, from where you can create new files, you can reset the system, you can open the files, save as, import or export the files, send via email or any other softwares. You can directly send your files, references, and manage tab, and after this properties tab. You should note that when you will hover on a certain menu, sub menus will open automatically. Okay, so that's very important. If for example you click on this menu, and it will pick the default state from these subsections. So it's important to hover first and then choose your desired status inside that menu. So this is very important section of 3ds Max, and in this section the most important thing is this manage menu, where you can manage your project. So this is very useful technique. If we click on set project folder, we will be directed to our folder where 3ds Max. Here in my case you can see we are in documents section and then 3ds Max. So in 3ds Max, if you open this folder, you can see a recent project here. If for example we want a project on our desktop, we will just go to desktop and select 3ds Max or any other folder with your desired name. After that just click on OK, and now if we open the folder on our desktop, you can see a lot of folders here and dependencies related to this project, where our scenes will be saved in this section and other models or other related items will be saved in their specific sections. So it's a very useful technique and you must follow that. After that, the most important thing is this toolbar. So in this toolbar, you can see on the left hand side there is a undo and redo buttons. It's same to Control Y and Control Z. After that, select and link, unlink selection, and bind to space warp. These three items related to your animations mostly. So we will discuss these things in animation section of our course. There is a select object option which is very useful. So you can select your object like this. For example, in our case, this is a modifier tab, actually right side. So we are going to create a box, let's suppose. So we create a box, then if we click on select, we can select this box, and just this box is now selected. Okay, so if we have another object like this and we want to select some specific item, we can select like this. Okay, so this is a select tool. After that, this is the select tool by name. So you can also search the name of object and select that specific object in your scene. After that, there is a rectangular selection section in which you can choose any shape here, for example this circle, and you can just draw the circle like this and you can see both objects are selected. It's also, these tools are useful in some cases. Here one thing is window crossing. This is a very important aspect. For example, in currently if you see, if I select these two shapes like this, both are selected. Okay, although we made our selection till here only. If we click on this option and then we click on we select this object complete and this one partially, then what will happen, only this object will be selected. So if you want to select a specific object in your scene, this tool will help you out. So now we don't need this. After that, there is a move tool. Definitely this move tool is for moving object. You can move x-axis, y-axis or z-axis. After that, there is a rotate tool. You can rotate your object to any direction like this. And then rotate tool, there is a scale tool. So if you click on scale tool, you can scale your object like this. You can make your object big or smaller. Okay, so these tools are very important. Till here these tools are very important. And after that, there are tools like viewport. We are now in a default state and we can enjoy different views. 4 main items. There is a selection of Q, W, E and R. These keys are very important, so you should know that. You can place fingers on Q, W, E and R. So R is for scaling, E for rotation, W for move and Q for select. So these are very basics in 3D Studio Max, which we have discussed in this video. So after creating some objects, you can also at any time reset your project. For example, if you created some random objects and you don't need that objects, you can just go to the reset this button, click on this and don't save. It will revert to your default stage of 3ds Max. That basic concepts you should know, that how these tools are working. From here to here, these tools are very important. These tools are also very important, but these are for snapping and angle snap, etc. and we will discuss these tools during our course. You should know that this is a default workspace of our 3ds Max, and in default workspace there are 4 sections. This is top section, this is front, this is left, and this one is perspective. So at any time you can change your any section, any view, if you want. For example, you want to change this perspective to something like front, you can do that. So these, but I will refer you that you should work with this default workspace. That's very handy. One more thing is panning. Okay, panning of your scene. Here is our scene, and if we want to make this perspective view bigger, we can press Alt W. So by this is shortcut key, Alt W. So in this view we can pan by clicking on the middle mouse button and just dragging our mouse. That's very simple. If you press if you press Alt, and then we can move like this. Okay, top, bottom, everywhere.